Greetings, everybody. I'm John Campea here for Movie Reviews to Go, and this is my quick review of the new film, Johnny English Reborn. Now, this one caught me off guard probably as much as any of the rest of you. Film that only made about 20 plus million domestically. The critics hated it. I think it had like a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. People in general didn't really seem to like it, and the film was like over 8 years ago. So I was a little bit confused, and I thought it was a joke at first when I heard there was going to be a sequel, but lo and behold, here it is. It opens this weekend. Johnny English is back. Now, Johnny English has been in seclusion for the past few years because of something that went wrong on a mission, I guess. And he's been trained by Tibetan monks, of course, of all things, kind of Rambo-ish there. But when there's a plot that's been revealed to kill the Chinese premier, Johnny English is called back into service once more, and Rowan Atkinson returns. On the good side of Johnny English, I'm going to say this. It is always a treat to see Rowan Atkinson on screen. I can't tell you how much I love Mr. Bean, the character. I would watch everything that had to do with Mr. Bean. Granted, didn't love the Mr. Bean movie so much, but everything he did on television, I think, was pure comedic gold. And I just love Rowan Atkinson in general. I loved him in Rat Race. I just think one of the most underrated films of the past ever. I think Rat Race is hilarious, and Rowan Atkinson was one of the reasons I liked it so much. So seeing Rowan Atkinson on the screen again, he's always great. He's always charming. It's wonderful to see him there. He's one of the good things. Also, this film has a handful of not just funny, but laugh out loud, hilarious kind of moments. There's a couple of scenes in particular. One is an action chase scene, kind of a fight scene in the middle of the film that's also like a deconstruction of the cliche Hollywood chase scenes. It's really, really well done. And there's another scene involving just a conference table and an adjustable chair. And the girl that I was with just cried. She was laughing so hard at that scene. It's really, really funny. It's terrific. Also, stay after the credits for an extra scene. There's this scene where Johnny English is making dinner, and he does it set to music. Now, it was originally in the film, but they cut it out of the film because they didn't feel it helped propel the story along, and then they threw it in after the credits. It's genius. It's fantastic. And if it feels like a Mr. Bean scene to you, I was talking to Rowan Atkinson about it, and he said that scene actually came from an idea he had for Mr. Bean's skit. He just never used it, and they used it in Johnny English. It's wonderful. On the bad side of the film, even though there's a few laugh out loud moments, there's not enough laughing moments. I mean, it's great for a film to have these big, heavy hitting laugh out loud moments, but you also, if you're going to be a great comedy, you got to have little laughs as well. You got to have medium-sized laughs peppered in between them to keep you laughing through the movie and to keep kind of a comedic flow to the film. Johnny English, unfortunately, even though it has 5, 6, or maybe even 7 big, hard laugh out loud moments, it doesn't have much laughs aside from those. And so it just feels like a big laugh followed by 10 or 15 minutes of boredom and silliness, then another big laugh, then another 10 or 15 minutes of bored silliness. And it never was able to establish any kind of a flow to it. There's an absolutely ridiculous and pointless love interest in the film. Look, I get it. It's Johnny English. It's a spy comedy. The love part isn't important, but they spend time on it and they spend screen time on it. And if you're going to do that, at least make it quasi-believable or make it feel like it's developed some way. It's just, here's the boy, here's the girl, assume they're in love. And that was rather annoying. I mentioned the silliness. Look, with anything that Rowan Atkinson does, you have to expect a certain degree of silliness. And I accept that, and that's fine. With Mr. Bean, it's loaded with silliness, but it's fun and light and entertaining and kind of helps the gags. In Johnny English, it doesn't help anything. It's just silly. There's just pure silliness that isn't funny or grin-inducing or anything. It's just plain silly. And when you don't have enough laughs in the film to support that, then the silliness kind of comes across as annoying. So you're left with this film with a really charming character in Johnny English and some big laugh-out-loud moments throughout the film, but not enough laughs in between those big ones, silliness that turns to annoying, kind of a pointless love interest that doesn't work at all, and the best scene in the movie was cut out of the movie and put in after the credits. Overall, Johnny English is a charming little film with some big laugh-out-loud moments, but it's too annoying, too silly, not enough mid-level laughs throughout the film to really keep you engaged. It's kind of worth checking out if you were a Mr. Bean fan. Actually, I'd say it's definitely worth checking out if you're a Mr. Bean fan, but if you're not, then there's not much else there for you. Overall, I'm going to give Johnny English Reborn as high as a 5 out of 10. For Movie Reviews to Go, I'm John Campea.